Hello students, my name is Sumit Mehta. So in today's lecture we will continue on inverse trigonometric functions graph part 2. Okay, as in the last lecture we have discussed about three trigonometric functions which are sine inverse, cos inverse and tan inverse. Okay, so in today's lecture we will discuss about y is equals to cosecant inverse x, secant inverse x and cot inverse x respectively one by one. Okay, so let me start with y is equals to cosecant inverse x. Okay, so students, here I am drawing the graph of y is equals to cosecant inverse x. So this point is minus pi, this is pi, and above here somewhat is 2 pi. So from this we can say, and this point is 1. So if we take, so this is somewhat like this. Here it will look like touching minus 1. Here also. Okay, so this is the plot of students. So this point is 3 pi by 2. This point is pi by 2. This is minus pi by 2. Okay, so this is the plot of y is equals to cosecant inverse x, student. Now I will write the principal value branch. Students, I am telling you here side by side the principal value branch, and after this lecture we will discuss some questions on the principal values. Okay, so kindly note down this principal value branches very carefully. Okay, so the domain is r minus 1 to 1, because accept all the values minus 1 to 1 is not there included, and in the range you can say it is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 closed interval minus 0. Okay, so this is the principal value branch for y is equals to cosecant inverse x. Now let's discuss about secant inverse x. So students, now we will discuss about y is equals to secant inverse of x. So this is x dash y dash. So the plot of y is equals to secant inverse x is somewhat similar to cosecant. Okay, so this is like this, and here what you will get is and here also. So these points are 0, pi by 2, pi, minus pi by 2, minus pi. Okay, so this is the plot of y is equals to cosecant in secant inverse x, and the principal value branch for this function lies domain is r minus 1 to 1. As you can see, from minus 1 to 1 the function is not defined, and in the range part, students, you can write it is 0 to pi minus pi by 2. Okay, so this is the domain and range of this function y is equals to secant inverse x. Now let's discuss the last trigonometric function, which is cot inverse of x. So students, now we will discuss about y is equals to cot inverse x. Okay, uh, this somewhat looks like, okay, so this is the plot of y is equals to cot inverse x, and this point is pi by 2, this point is pi, this point again somewhat here above. Kindly bear with my drawing, students, that is not that good. Okay, so this is x axis, this is y axis, and the principal value branch for this function y is equals to secant inverse x is y is equals to cot inverse x is r. So x is taking all the values from minus infinity to infinity. So the domain of this function is r, and the range will be 0 to pi, both in open interval. Okay, students. So till far we have discussed all trigonometric functions and their graphs, and we have also discussed their principal value branches. Okay, and in the next lecture, student, we will discuss some questions based on the principal value branches. Okay, so stay tuned for next lecture on principal value branch. Thank you. Happy learning.